Rose podcast. I am Jonathan Rose.
And I am not.
What?
What? I'm Caleb Albers.
Okay, what the hell was that?
Well, I'm just saying I'm not Jonathan Rose.
Oh, okay. You threw me through a loop there. What the hell, man?
Just a little bit.
It's not how we do things here. Getting back to the topic, we are a couple of aspiring filmmakers that love to watch and critique movies, but also enjoy a lot of bit of the nerd life. This week on the podcast, we will be talking about our progress with Road to Infinity War. This week is Captain America: The First Avenger, and just see if we've watched that yet. And then Avengers is next week, the big shebang. Well, the first big shebang.
Yeah, there's a lot of big shebangs.
Yeah, in the MCU. And then we're going to talk about the first Purge trailer, which I still think is a retarded name for the fourth Purge movie. The AntMan Wasp trailer, the Super trailer, the Super Bowl TV spots that we're rumored to be getting, the Han Solo trailer that is speculated to premiere on Good Morning America. The Venom film has officially wrapped, so we're going to talk about that. And then finally, we're going to have our review of Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yes, son. So, as far as that goes, how have you been doing on Road to Infinity War?
Good. Usually I start pretty early. Like, I usually like to watch the movies either Monday or Tuesday, but I haven't been able to watch Captain America yet. I'm going to really try to watch it tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Yeah. Well, Brielle works on Saturday, so I'll probably watch it Saturday. I almost missed Thor.
Oh,
dude, no joke. I didn't go to bed until after midnight because I realized that I forgot to watch Thor, and it was like 10, and I was going to bed, and then Brielle said something about Thor Ragnarok, and I was like, oh shit! So I woke up and watched Thor.
That's fine.
And that was stressful. Dude, I had such a hard time staying. That movie, it holds up.
It does, absolutely.
Funny story though, there was footage of Tom Hiddleston doing a screen test as Thor, and dude, he could have pulled it off like
really?
Hardcore.
Dude, I gotta watch that.
I mean, he was a little skinny, but he, like, the way that he was like playing with the hammer and everything, and had the blonde wig, he could have pulled it off.
Is it on YouTube?
I saw it on Facebook.
Okay.
I'll have to show you after this, dude. It was freaking awesome.
Dude, I definitely want to see that.
But yeah, Captain America. I really like this Captain America movie. I like how it's kind of
It's one of the more underrated MCU films. I think it's a really good one.
Yeah, like you really feel for Captain America in that movie.
Yeah.
Then Avengers.
Yeah.
And we were planning on trying to see it together,
but that's not gonna work.
No, because our schedules suck shit.
Yeah. So we're gonna make up for that by either watching Guardians 1 together or Guardians 2 together.
Yeah.
Either or.
Probably Guardians 1.
Yeah.
Just because that was the next big, like, wait,
yeah,
what?
I agree. Yeah, so Guardians 1 it is.
Yep. And then, yeah, so that wraps up our Road to Infinity War progress.
Yeah.
So you want to get into the first Purge trailer?
Yes. Okay, so Tuesday around... I even remember the time. This is like really sad. So I believe it was around noon. I'm scrolling through my Facebook feed and I see Universal's posted a new poster, and all it says is it's a white background and it has a red hat and it says the first Purge. And I'm like, okay, that's like a jab. That's a jab at Trump. Just
nope, it's the name of the movie.
Yeah, no, that's actually, yeah. It just says the first Purge on the hat, and then it says July 2018. Yeah, little did I know that's actually going to be the name of the movie.
Dude, that's so dumb.
It's so retarded.
Yeah.
Me and Caleb were, I think it was Tuesday night actually, we were just like shooting back and forth like better names that we had for it. Like, I came up with the Purge Commencement. Didn't you come up with like Codename the Purge or something like that?
Oh, it was Project.
Yeah, Project
the Purge.
Yeah.
And then the poster would have been like a classified file.
Yeah. See, that would have been so much cooler.
Right?
Yeah.
What
instead
else?
we get the
I
first
came up with
Purge.
another one, but I forgot.
Here, let me try to find it.
Yeah. So anyway, the trailer didn't show.
The trailer didn't
Purge.
show really anything. What they did is what they did with the Purge election year, where in the Purge election year, it just had people saying like, I purged to keep my country great. I purged for my family, which I thought that was like really cool. I don't know why. I thought it was very inventive. This one, it was good, but it wasn't as good as the Purge election year teaser. Basically, it's just a guy that I'm pretty sure it's actually the Honest Trailer's voice guy. That's what people said. Yeah, and it's just him saying like how it makes America great. Americans make America great. You have your rights and everything. And so this is this new idea that we have is gonna keep America great, and you're gonna love the day when your son looks to you and says, "Dad, I want to purge too." And I'm just like, what the hell?
It's like,
I don't know.
No, I would not be proud.
I wouldn't either.
I'd feel like you need to shut up, or I'm gonna lock you in the closet again.
Be like, son, no more Grand Theft Auto.
Yep. It's like, I'm taking that game away.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like this movie's going to get a ton of shit, like politically.
Well, yeah. I think the third one did too.
Did it?
Yeah. Because it was kind of... Wasn't Senator Rowan? She was kind of like the Hillary Clinton of the...
Yeah, that's what everyone thought Clinton was going to win.
Yeah. So...
But she didn't.
No, she didn't. Okay, well, yeah, let's not get political here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, politics suck.
Yeah.
Superheroes are the best.
Yes. So, yeah. I'm interested to see where they take the first Purge. Such a stupid title. But it's a brand new director. It's not James DeMonico, who directed the past 3 movies. But I believe the story was still written by DeMonico. So, I still have hopes for that because while I didn't love the Purge 3, I still think it was very good. The Purge Anarchy still is my favorite.
Yeah, that one was pretty great.
Because, like, that's one of the rare sequels that basically, like, outdoes the first one in every single way, shape, and form. Outdoes, sorry. My bad. Excuse me for
it's
my
not
grammar.
phonetic, Rose.
Shut up. Shut your ass. So, yeah, but, just, like, some of the things in the Purge election year, I'm just like, what the hell? Like, especially, like, the girls with the candy bar. That has got to be the stupidest reason to purge ever. Oh, just because this guy wouldn't let me steal a candy bar, I'm going to shoot him up.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Their car was cool, though. And I found it funny how they were blasting Party in the USA. That was funny.
Yeah.
That should be the Purge the Purge anthem.
Dude, I want them to go through the logistics of the Purge. Like, I want to know, what happens to the criminals in jail? Do they just get released?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, since all crime's legal, could they break out and then be, like, on the up and up?
Yeah.
Or are they, like, stuck in jail?
Was it, I think it was College Humor, they did, like, a group of people that work for the same job get to participate in the Purge, and they're just asking these whole bunch of questions instead of purging. And one girl was like, what if I steal a car during Purge night and the next morning, what if I steal a car during the Purge? Do I have to go register it the next morning? And the guy that's about to kill her is like, oh shit, that's a good point. It's true though.
Have you watched, so there's a College Humor video. Have you seen the one where it's the really cocky guy that's trying to, that feels like, the guy that, I forget his name from Anarchy, the one that was like being the protector of all that little group.
Oh, Frank Grillo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Crossbones in Captain America.
Yeah. I forgot his name from
in the movie?
Anarchy, yeah.
Yeah, they just call him Sarge.
Sarge?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, they show, like, a video of, like, what a real-life Sarge, like, just over the top would be like.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm protecting you. He's like, I don't want to, but come with me. And they're like, no, we're good, man. And he's, like, just super bitter about it. And then there's, like, this dude in a pig mask, and he shoots him, and he's like, F off and die, pig. And it's hilarious. It's just like over the top dude, that like macho man that's just kind of like, follow me if you want to live.
Oh my.
It's
I'll have to check
super
that out.
dumb. But anyway, we think the first Purge name is super stupid.
Yeah. But hopefully the movie's good. I'm waiting for a full trailer, and that's where I can like really go off of what I can expect.
Yeah. But until we get that, next week we're going to do a Purge Dreamcast episode where we talk about nothing but what our Purge movie would be.
So excited.
And
it's sad that I'm excited for this.
Yeah, are we going to replay, like, do what we would do for this first Purge movie? Or are we going to do a Purge?
I don't know what to think.
I could go either way.
Yeah.
That's up to you. You're the big Purge.
Yeah, I am. I don't know, man. Like, it could go either way.
Let's just say what we... Let's just do both.
Okay, that works.
We'll say what we would do for the first Purge movie, and then we'll talk about what we would create from scratch.
Okay, I like this idea.
So also this week in trailers, we got Ant-Man and the freaking Wasp.
That's the title?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
It is now.
Oh, okay. Cool. I can dig it. I can dig it.
Dude, Wasp stole the freaking show.
She did.
I feel like that's how the movie's going to be. It's just going to be like...
know.
It should be named The Wasp featuring Ant-Man. But, like, we saw a ton of cool shit.
Probably, I think the best part is when Michael Douglas's character, Hank Pym, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, duh. When Scott points out that, like, oh, you gave her guns, you gave her wings, was that not available and you made my suit? He's like, no, it was.
Be like, what?
We made so many memes of that now because it's one where like Rhodey's talking to Tony about that, and he's like,
Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, you gave him a parachute, you gave him all this. Was that not available when you made mine? No, it was. I just decided not to put it in. I'm just like, damn.
Yeah. But it makes sense because, kinda, just because Hank Pym made the suit for himself.
Yeah, that's true.
And maybe the technology wasn't available when he made the suit, and then it just was when his wife did.
Yeah.
And then he decided to join the team, and then he just adapted that to real life, or not real life, to Scott and Hope.
Yep.
But that movie looks super
It
badass,
does.
dude.
I'm so excited. I love both the Ant-Man and the Wasp costume, especially Ant-Man's, because I wasn't the biggest fan of how it looked in Civil War. I don't know, I just wasn't the biggest fan, but I do like that they basically kept the helmet, but they changed the whole costume.
Yeah, they made or they did something different with the helmet. They added red lines.
Yeah, they did, which I dig.
Yeah, I 100% dig. Let's see, we saw, like, I think they're advancing super hard with the shrinking and growth technology.
Oh yeah, you saw like a little glimpse of Giant Man.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Wish
That's
we
a
saw
little
more,
short.
but you know, don't want to spoil the movie.
Yeah. But you see Ant-Man and Wasp shrink and grow so much shit.
You do, wasn't it? The Wasp like she shrinks and then she actually like runs across a knife. I think.
Yeah.
That was so badass.
Dude, I'm
awesome.
glad we finally get to see her with her wings.
Right? Yes.
And the wings don't look goofy at all.
Not at all.
And they look a lot more advanced than the Janet's did.
I don't know.
Hope's mom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
Or the
sorry.
original Wasp.
Okay.
Who we're going to get to see again. There were pictures on Facebook going around of Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Douglas doing a scene together.
Yeah.
Kind of on a beach.
See that.
So that'll be really cool to see. But in Ant-Man, if I'm remembering right, didn't Hank Pym tell Scott that he could not take the mask off while shrinking. Otherwise, it was just going to jack his body up.
I can't remember.
Because doesn't his helmet act as like a regulator?
Yeah, I think it does.
Because I know he has the belt thing that's like a regulator for size to keep him from shrinking infinitely.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what his helmet's for, because you saw in the trailer they're driving this van and then it shrinks down.
Yep. Yeah. I remember.
And then it's I don't know if that's like the shrunken down version. It looked like it was.
Yeah.
But they didn't have helmets on while they were in the van.
That's true, they didn't. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'll have to watch Ant-Man again. Am I allowed to watch it before? I mean, like, can I watch it before but then still watch it again when it gets to the Road to Infinity War? Is that allowed?
It's after Infinity War.
No, okay, so with the Road to Infinity War, the movie list, Ant-Man's, like, I don't know how far away Ant-Man is, but it's pretty far.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, am I allowed to watch Ant-Man right now, but also watch it again when it comes up?
Yeah, as long as you watch
Okay.
the movie on the week,
Okay,
you're
right,
good.
Okay, I just didn't know if there was a rule that you can't watch it twice.
Well, no, because we have to do that with Black Panther.
That's true. Very true. I'm okay with that.
Yeah?
I can't wait for that movie.
Dude, that movie's gonna be freaking sweet.
Okay, have you heard of, like, how some DC fans are trying to basically they're gonna try to sabotage the Rotten Tomato score for Black Panther?
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not shitting you.
Dude, that's such bullshit.
I know. Why do some fans have to be like that?
Because they're the worst. Why
It's
can't
like we're living in a time of great superhero movies.
Don't screw it up.
Yeah. Seriously.
I mean, great on Marvel's end.
Yeah. Well, yeah, DC's only got Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the only DC movie I think that, like, I kind of almost hated was Suicide Squad.
Yeah. That was,
Other
like,
than
it was
that,
still a fun movie.
It was, but, like...
It wasn't one that I would, like, watch over and over and over again.
Yeah, the more times I watch it, the more angry I get at the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DC, like, I want DC to succeed.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I want... Because it's super shitty when you don't want to watch a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Like, if someone were to come say, like, hey, why don't we watch Batman v Superman? I'd be like, eh. But if someone were to say, hey, let's watch Avengers, even if I watched it, like, 5 times that week, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it's good. Like, we need...
No, Avengers is great.
We all need
It's
to
not
be
just
rooting
good.
for good superhero films,
Mhm.
regardless if it's DC or Marvel.
Amen.
Yeah, son. That's how it should be. I'm not wanting DC to fail, but I'm going to support Marvel just because I like their heroes better.
Yeah, me too. And Marvel really hasn't done anything wrong yet. Not that I can think of. The only lackluster one I can think of is
Iron Man 2.
and Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, Thor: The Dark World wasn't great.
That's about it.
Funny how it was just like the 2 of the main Avengers, but they got Winter Soldier like spot on.
I know, right? Yeah, Cap definitely had the best 2 movie.
Didn't they make Honest Trail, or didn't the Russo brothers say that they made Winter Soldier honest trailer proof?
Yeah, I think they did. They actually, I want to say the Russo brothers actually came on and talked about the honest trailer for it.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
I remember that.
They do one for Infinity War. I hope that maybe the Russo brothers can come back on again.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
That would be so awesome.
I like honest trailers because they point out like some legit, I'll just say sins
Yeah.
of a movie. Cinema sins, just I like their videos. It's freaking hilarious. They're hilarious, but they nitpick, like hardcore
but,
nitpick.
like,
but they admit to it.
Yeah, I don't care. I still think, like, did you watch their Everything Wrong with It?
Yes.
Yeah. It was,
I like how he removed. He kept saying he's like this is the last sin I'm removing. I promise.
I can't believe that he was like, this just shows like how well Bill Skarsgård did in the role, because it just shows like how luring Pennywise is in the book, and I'm gonna take a sin off just for how amazing Bill Skarsgård is. Like, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you can tell what movies he likes.
Yeah, he hated the live action Beauty and the Beast.
Oh,
he
shit, dude!
That shit.
That one was hard to watch.
Yeah,
I was like,
right?
Damn. Yeah, CinemaSins is awesome. I can't listen to their podcast. It's just like super negative.
That's fair.
But their videos are funny. I'll watch their videos all day long.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I just watched the one for Up, and I was so hesitant on watching that one.
I don't care which movie it is, I'll watch it.
Like, I just have like such good feelings for Up. I'm just like, he's gonna ruin this movie for me. Like, what if he hated it? Because you can't really tell.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I always thought that the shorter videos were ones that he liked, and the longer ones were ones that he hated. Yeah. And so when I saw that Up was like 15 minutes, I think. It may have been shorter than that.
Most of these days, though, the videos usually are 15 minutes. They're never under that anymore.
Yeah, they're around like in the 20 range.
Yeah.
But regardless, I thought that's what their system was. So I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going to tear this movie apart. But he actually removed like a shit ton of sins. Yeah. Especially for the no dialogue story.
Oh yeah, I love that scene so much.
Oh my gosh, dude!
I cry every time. I'll admit it. I still cry.
Yeah. So, getting back to AntMan and the Wasp, we
went way off topic.
Yeah, right. So getting back to them, Hope freaking kicks ass.
Yes.
I feel like she's gonna steal this movie. The only complaint that I have about her suit is that I wish that it were black and yellow. Other than that, I can let everything slide. It's not even like a big complaint. It's just kind of a like, oh, I wish they would have done this, but it still looks cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
I
cause,
feel they adapted it the best way that they could.
Yeah, but there's like, I understand that she's just taking on the mantle of the Wasp, but even Wasp in Ant-Man or Janet, her deal was the same color scheme as Hank Pym's.
That's true.
So I would have liked to see like a little more waspy look, unless it's like some foreign bee that I've never heard of. But her blasters are kick-ass.
She should just steal Yellow Jacket's costume. There you go. I'm just kidding.
Maybe that color scheme, but not the... That's probably why they didn't do it black and yellow, now that I think about it. Or that you bring it up.
That's true. The costume's
Shit!
Cool, though.
It was super cool. I wish it didn't get destroyed.
I do, too.
Because what happens in the comics is that he just has like a closet full of suits that for like different purposes.
Yeah. And
so like Hank Pym has when he goes evil, he wears the Yellow Jacket one. And
I really need to read more comics.
Well, that fact I learned from Lego Marvel.
Oh.
They did a boss battle where Yellow Jacket kidnapped Ant-Man, and they were both Hank Pym. And he's like, "Why'd you kidnap yourself?" And they were just making jokes like that.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
But I don't want them to get into that. It'd be interesting to see how they adapted it, but I don't want them to get into the comic accurate version of Hank and Janet's relationship.
Yeah.
Because Hank Pym is a freaking asshole in the comics and he's a wife beater. And I'm like, that may be a little heavy for the kids.
Yeah, let's not go that direction.
But let's see, we saw Ghost.
Yep, we did see that.
For like a short little second. We
saw a giant Hello Kitty Pest dispenser.
That was awesome. Dude,
awesome.
It took me a second to realize that it was big.
Really? It did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I saw her throw the blue, and then it just... I don't know if I just like blinked when it grew or something, but it like took me a second to realize it was big until the biker was just sliding under it.
Oh, I just don't know if Hello Kitty can top Thomas the Train.
Very little can top Thomas the Train.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool to see them accidentally grow frickin' Rock'em Sock'em robots.
That'd be awesome.
Dude, how cool would that be?
So bitchin'.
And then it'd be funny if like an end credit scene is you just see a group of kids jumping on the buttons.
Oh my god.
But that wouldn't work because once the head popped up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Logistics. Easily fixable. So you see Hank shrink a building and use it as a suitcase.
That was awesome.
That was crazy. And I have so many questions with that.
Me too.
Like, what if someone's inside? Do they shrink along with the building, or
Yeah.
are they just gonna like wreck it when it's like shrinks on them?
Exactly.
Then you see Ant-Man doing something with a boat, or that ferry when he was big.
Oh yeah.
So that one's kind of up in the air. Like, what's going on there?
Gonna have to wait till July to find out. Think.
I hope that's not like a throwaway scene, just an excuse for them to make him giant.
Yeah, I hope not. Do something like the airport battle. Come on. That was so awesome.
Dude, watching him turn, like, it would be cool, even if they didn't like copy the what he did in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
If they would turn him big, like if I'm just saying, if this is a throwaway scene, if he's saving the boat, sweet. But if he's not saving the boat and it's just kind of a throwaway, like, oh, just an excuse for him to turn big, there's so many other things that they could have done with that.
Yeah.
They could have made him like Ghost is trying to escape on a helicopter and he's like on the helicopter and then he just turns big and like smashes it down.
That'd be so cool.
Right?
That'd be bitchin'.
Lawrence Fishburne's in it.
Yes, he was.
His character is confirmed. He's going to be playing he's not going to be playing his comic accurate version or character. I don't think the Black Goliath.
I don't know anything about that character, so.
Well, he just grows.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
I don't know if he shrinks at all, but he just grows big.
Interesting.
So I don't know if he's going to be. I think he's just going to be a consulting scientist. Maybe he helps stabilize the growth.
Yeah.
Well, since Scott did say that he passes out when he grows big, so maybe it's something that Hank never mastered, so they go and consult his character for it. That's my thought.
No, that's a good thought.
Then you see the truck shrink and then grow big and just knock the shit out of that van.
That was awesome.
And the Pez dispenser, Wasp running on blades.
That was so awesome.
But that's all the new footage that we got.
This is a wonderful trailer.
Really
Very well
great.
put together.
Definitely awesome for the first.
Yeah.
Makes me super pumped for the movie.
I was very pumped to begin with, but it's definitely set it over the top.
So in other news, we got 2 Super Bowl TV spots that we may be getting.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a Black Panther TV spot
Yeah, just because of how close it is to being released.
So I feel that's a given. I don't know about Avengers Infinity War. I really hope that we do. Because they've done... I know they did one for the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if they did one for Avengers Age of Ultron.
I believe they did.
Okay, so then they've got to do one for Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah. What are you wanting to see in?
Anything of Hawkeye.
Of course. What would you realistically want to see?
Wow! Jerk.
I gotta give you a hard time, bro.
You know what I want to see? Wait, no, never mind. That would totally spoil a whole, if it actually happened in the movie, you wouldn't want to see that in TV spot.
What?
Hawkeye shoot an arrow through Thanos' head.
You're not
Even though it
gonna
wouldn't
see
do
that.
anything.
There's no freaking way you're gonna see that.
Even though it wouldn't do anything.
No, it wouldn't.
Still be cool.
It'd be cool, but it wouldn't happen.
Shut up.
Because then everyone would be like, "Are you shitting me?" You know the riots that would go on.
Yeah, that's true. But also, I want to say that I read this. It's speculated that we might actually also get an Incredibles 2 TV spot.
That'd be amazing.
That would be.
I want to
But
see.
I really hope that they don't just do like another like Jack thing. I actually want to see the rest of the Parr family.
Yeah, that's something I definitely want to see.
Even though it takes place after the second one, I still want to see like how Dash and Violet have evolved.
Grown.
Yeah, that's the word I was searching for.
Personally, I would have liked to see them older.
I would have too.
I mean, it's
it's Brad Bird, so
like what they should have done is just made Jack Dash's age from the first Incredibles.
Yes.
And then Dash would be maybe a little older than Violet, and then Violet would be college aged.
Yeah, so Dash would probably be like 15, 16?
15, 16, I'd guess. So Jack being like...
Well,
he was
we
like
don't
a
know how
newborn,
far apart they are.
Yeah.
So it sucks.
But, Violet's in high school.
Yep. And Dash is in junior high, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So he would be teens. Early teens.
So let's just say
12?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 12. Violet would be 15, 16.
Okay.
Since she's probably learning to drive.
Yeah.
So and then Jack would be, I'm considering newborn, a few months old.
Yeah.
So if you bump the age to Jack being in junior high, so around 12, 13, then that would put Dash maybe senior year.
Yeah, senior year.
And then
college. Violet probably actually just finishing up college.
Mm-hmm. And then it could show Bob and
Helen.
Mrs. Increstable, Mr. and Mrs. Incrustables.
It's Helen.
Yeah, Bob and Helen, just a little older.
Yeah.
I don't need to see what they do with the Underminer.
Yeah, I'm not interested either. I mean, it'd be interesting, especially with Elastigirl, to see maybe if her getting older affects her ability to be able to stretch.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, just see how if
their powers evolve.
Yeah, if their age affects how they can perform with their powers.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
But that's probably not what we're gonna get.
No. That's not what we're gonna get. But I can't complain because we're finally getting an Incredibles 2.
Yeah, about freaking time. Dude, we waited that long for Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
Actually, we waited
10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
But we waited 12 for Incredibles, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so for Toy Story 3, they actually aged up Andy Howe. I love that.
Yeah, me too. I thought that was a great idea.
But they didn't age up the Incredibles at all.
I mean, I guess that's not what Brad Bird wanted to do. At least we got the same director coming back.
Yeah,
so that's
yes. Maybe he was just kind of already had plans for a sequel because he thought he was going to get it sooner, and he's just I want to keep it, or I'm just going to keep this idea.
I just hope that the kids actually sound as close as they can.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Because
that's why they should do him older.
Because that was kind of my problem. Not a problem with Finding Dory. It's that the kid that they picked to play Nemo. Don't get me wrong, he did a really great job, but I could tell that it wasn't the original voice of Nemo.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So anyway, that's what we're hoping, and then you never told me what you wanted to see with the Avengers TV spot.
I'm so anything Hawkeye, just a little glimpse of Hawkeye.
I'm
trying to think all we got was the top of his head in the trailer.
That's what I want. I want to see. I would like to see Spider-Man and Hulk in a scene.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be super cool.
I'd also love to hear another awesome, badass monologue from Thanos.
Yeah.
Because I just love Josh Brolin's voice so
Dude,
much.
so freaking cool.
Can he, like, I know how I said I want James Spader to narrate my life. I might have to change that to Josh Brolin's Thanos voice because it's so amazing.
Oh, I want to see Thor.
You want to see Thor?
I want to see Thor. I want to know if he has a hammer again.
Okay.
If he does, kind of defeats the purpose of Thor Ragnarok and him just kind of accepting that he's a freaking god.
That's true, because in, like, the promotional picture that they released that they did, like, with Variety, he actually is still holding Mjolnir.
Well, that one makes sense, because anyone who didn't see Thor Ragnarok would... It's kind of his trademark.
That's true, and he didn't have the eye patch, did he?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, okay, so never mind.
That's
irrelevant.
So I saw the Funko Pop for Avengers Infinity War Thor, and he just had like a scar over his eye, not like a patch.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was just because Funko was lazy. I'm hoping it was because they were lazy, and I hope that he doesn't just grow his eye back, because that would be so freaking stupid.
I don't know, you saying that reminds me of, did you ever watch Phineas and Ferb?
Yeah.
Did you watch the movie? Across the Second Dimension?
I think I did.
Okay. Do you remember when Dr. Doofenshmirtz meets his alter ego?
Oh, and he just switches eye patches on?
No, like, he's like, why? You know, I just noticed your scar is over your eye patch. He's like, yeah, so? He's like, nothing. It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but they can't, so I can accept him getting a new hammer.
Okay.
I can totally accept that. And I think that would be super cool if he were to visit another dying dwarf star and, like, meet some dwarves and they're like, you forge your own freaking hammer. And maybe that's what we're seeing, where it's like where it looks like the sun and he's, like, pulling down on this thing. Maybe he's forging a new hammer.
That would be bitchin'.
Right? Maybe. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I can accept him getting a new hammer. I cannot accept him pulling some Kingsman bullshit and growing his eye back.
Yeah, I can.
He
yeah,
needs
I
to
can agree with
keep the eye patch regardless of what technology happens.
I agree.
Because I would be so freaking pissed, dude.
Yeah.
I would. If it wasn't Infinity War, I'd probably storm out of the theater. I'd probably, like, stand up, be like, realistically, I'd stand up, be like, shit, and then sit back down.
That'd be really funny.
But he does wear the eye patch most of the, like, all the trailer.
That's true.
Trailer we've seen. So
let's
keep it that way.
Yeah, gives a sign of hope.
Yeah. So that's what I want to see. I want to see Thor with a new hammer, or that's what I would like to see.
I believe next is the supposed Solo, a Star Wars story trailer that is supposed to premiere on Good Morning America.
Yep. I put GMM.
Oh, GMM.
It's supposed to be GMA.
Good job.
But GMM is Good Mythical Morning.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why I put GMM.
Okay.
Anyway.
Glad that didn't throw me off when I was...
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So this trailer needs Lando.
Yes, absolutely.
It needs to have Lando.
Yes, I agree.
That's all I really want out of the trailer. I mean, I have high hopes for this movie.
I do too.
I hope it's as good as Rogue One.
I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Ron Howard's directing it, so I have a lot of hope with that. But I've just heard some behind the scenes things that I'm just like, I don't know if, like, I'm holding it to a big high bar.
Like what?
What?
Like what?
What do you mean?
Like what behind the scenes stuff?
Well, I've just heard, I don't know if this is real, but I've heard that the actor who plays Han Solo actually had to get acting lessons, like, on set.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So
okay, I'm not holding it up to Rogue One anymore.
So that scares me.
I mean, maybe he just got, like, the Harrison Ford accent really good.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, that could be it. I mean, I wasn't holding, like, I didn't have, like, Rogue One at, like, the top of my, what year did it come out? 2016? Yeah, 2016. That wasn't at, like, the top the top of my list to see, but it ended up being in my top 5 of the year. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rogue One was excellent.
K2SO.
Yeah.
I freaking love K2SO.
He gives C-3PO.
Congratulations, you're being rescued.
Oh, that was amazing.
Did you know the scene where he like slaps
Cassian?
Cassian. Where he slaps Cassian, that was improvised.
Really?
Yeah. And you could when he grabs his face and he's like holding it like over his mouth.
Yeah.
He's trying to keep from laughing.
Oh, well, I applaud Diego Luna for that then.
Yeah. Apparently Alan Tudyk just improvised that on the spot, and he was like ready. The dude was ready to die.
That's amazing.
And I actually learned about that from Alan Tudyk.
That's funny.
He's like, yeah, I completely improvised that. He's like, if you could tell, Diego's trying to laugh or trying not to.
That's funny. I'll also watch for that now. I need to watch Rogue One again now.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Dude, K2SO is awesome. Dude, CinemaSins actually did a little thing. He's like, when it showed C-3PO and R2-D2 in Rogue One, he's like, you guys suck. Or talking about C-3PO and R2-D2, he's like, you guys suck now. K2SO and BB-8's replaced you in our hearts. But sadly, K2SO died.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they bring him back.
They all went out in a noble way, though. So.
Yep. Is Harrison Ford supposed to make an appearance in this Star Wars?
I have no idea.
I hope they don't do. I kind of do, and I kind of hope that they don't do a CGI.
I don't know if he would, because he literally said, "I'll come back for Star Wars as long as you kill off my character." That was his.
Yeah, but this is a movie about Han Solo. How do you not have Harrison Ford in it?
Maybe he doesn't want to come back to Star Wars.
Even if they did like a CGI young Han Solo, like just kind of to explain why he was on that planet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's.
No, I get where you're coming from.
I would feel disappointed not seeing Harrison Ford.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. Yeah, that's really. I don't know. Like, I haven't seen enough, or I haven't like literally seen anything besides like a behind-the-scenes photo to like really know anything about this movie.
Yeah. So, well, we'll find out on GMM on Monday.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So Venom has officially wrapped.
Yep.
Woo!
This movie's. I hope it's good.
I have so much faith in Tom Hardy. After Bane, I feel he can do anything.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I loved him as Bane. I know a lot of people weren't the biggest fan of his voice. I loved his voice. I loved it.
Yeah, the accent was hard to place though. I think he should have done more of a recognizable accent, but I could live with it. It was super good.
Speaking of like the Dark Knight, I think it was his sister, Heath Ledger's sister, came out and said that actually Heath Ledger wanted to come back to play the Joker after the Dark Knight. He wanted to come back. That makes it even worse. It makes it so much more sad.
His was suicide, or was it OD?
Yeah, I want to say it was. I can't remember.
If it was OD, that sucks. If it was suicide, I'm going to say conspiracy murder.
Okay.
If he wanted to come back as Joker, I'm calling it. It was he was murdered, and they covered it up.
Yeah.
But damn it,
I
dude!
know.
You know how awesome that movie would have been.
I know. Dude, just Bane and Joker teaming up.
Dude, I bet Heath Ledger was so good. If he was still alive, they would have just taken out the Christian Bale and put him in the Ben Affleck movies. I'm willing to bet that they would have done that.
I would agree.
Just because he can capture Joker so freaking well.
Yeah. Like, no offense to Jack Nicholson, but he will always be my favorite live-action Joker.
Ooh, I forgot Jack Nicholson was Joker too.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to see Jack Nicholson come back as Joker.
That would be cool, but I'm sorry, Heath Ledger will always remain my number one. Mark Hamill, though, will always be the number one voice.
Oh, yeah.
Because Yeah, you just can't beat Mark Hamill.
Dude, could you imagine Mark Hamill doing like a, or have they ever done that? Like a video of Mark Hamill doing Joker's lines?
Yeah, they have.
I need to watch that video
Yeah,
now.
it's
because
cool.
I watched the Kevin Conroy doing Christian Bale's Batman.
The
but
way
I've
he
never
does
seen.
the laugh is like really cool. I can't remember exactly how he gets into it, but it's really cool.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. But so there are a bunch of theories about Venom. So there was a picture that Tom Hardy took when announcing that the filming had wrapped, and it shows a bunch of tattoos on his arm that aren't his.
Oh.
And so, while people are assuming, and I think it may be that way as well, Venom disguises itself as tattoos on Eddie Brock's body.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I always liked how it would turn into just black clothing.
Yeah.
Like it would turn into jeans and a black t-shirt.
That makes sense.
Like, that's what I always liked.
Yeah.
But I want to see what Venom's going to look like.
I know.
Like,
When is this movie supposed to come out?
this year, I think.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Like,
pretty sure.
later in the year, but
Damn trailer.
maybe
At least
not a
like
trailer. At
Or
least
maybe just like a picture of Venom.
yeah, like a concept art or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Because it's been speculated that he's going to have an Agent Venom look, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
But it also has to have the spider.
Oh yeah.
It has
it's not
to.
Venom without the spider. Just
Yeah.
like it's not Spider-Man without the spider.
Yeah, I mean you just can't do that.
What Venom are they basing it off of? You said.
What, Venom?
Yeah.
Agent Venom.
Agent Venom.
Yeah, he was in the Ultimate Spider-Man TV series, just like a little cartoon. He looked pretty
I
badass.
need to get a refresher.
He's like a tactical looking Agent Venom or Venom.
Ooh, yeah, I'm so down for that.
Yeah, I'm 100% cool with that.
Yeah,
but he has to at some point in the movie grow and be giant with the mouth.
Yeah.
If he does not do that, I will continue to watch it, but I will be mad at the end.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would have, no offense, I would have preferred like the original Venom. But I'm totally down for Agent Venom. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
But I feel
There
Spider-Man
was, like,
3
a
might have screwed up the original Venom, so they're like, no, we're not taking another chance.
That bugs me. But there's supposed to be other Venoms in it. Like, I think Carnage is going to be in it.
Really?
Yeah, I think Carnage is going to be the
Ooh.
villain. I forget the storyline for Venom that they're trying to adapt. I think it's called Lethal Protector, but it's him taking on Carnage and other Venoms, which is going to be badass if that's what it does. Carnage alone, dude. Carnage is the character that Spider-Man decided to team up with Venom to defeat.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that would be an awesome
That
thing to see.
that
Tom
would-
Holland, Spider-Man go into Tom Hardy being like, we need to take this dude out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want it to turn into a Venom Spider-Man team up.
No, I don't either.
I want it to be like Venom taking on. That would be cool. Like a cool way to kind of incorporate Tom Holland.
That would be.
But you didn't even hear what I was going to say.
I was just going. It just sounded so cool.
You're just
already.
matching my level.
Yeah.
No, this would be a cool way to incorporate Tom Holland without him being solely in the movie. To have Venom take on Carnage, but in the newspaper, you hear about Spider-Man taking on Carnage. Like maybe Spider-Man and Venom are trying to defeat him together, or not at the same time, but take him on at separate times. And then Tom Holland's character comes and it's just like, we need to team up on handle this.
Okay, I could see that.
That would be awesome.
That would be. Will it happen? Probably not.
I mean, he's supposed to. Tom Holland is rumored to be in a not so cameo.
Okay.
So maybe.
Fingers crossed.
I mean, that would be really cool if if Tom Hart or Eddie Brock is just kind of like at the end of his roping, like, how the hell am I going to beat this? And then knock knock, Tom Holland. That'd be badass.
That would be badass.
So that wraps through the wall with me.
Yeah, that wraps through the wall with me too.
So let's just get to the main event of the evening, our Spider-Man Homecoming review.
Yeah, boy. That was horrible web sound that made no sense.
Yeah, that was a horrible web gesture.
I'm sorry. Shoot.
Give me the come hither hands.
I can't do it like that, okay?
Neither could Tom Holland, but he may do.
No, I'm not gonna do it. It's too easy.
You flip me off,
Yeah.
jackass. Okay, so let's just get into it. The soundtrack. They incorporated the original Spider-Man theme song.
They did.
And modernized it, and it just ended up being amazing. Like, it just sounded so... awesome.
There's only 2 tracks I remember, and I know I should remember, like, the whole soundtrack, but I don't. It's that, and then the beginning track for when Adrian Toomes first flies down in his Vulture outfit, and he's like, business is good, and then, that's...
Yeah. So, the
Maybe
soundtrack
Wait,
just
no,
worked.
maybe that what I'm thinking of, like, because it starts the Marvel logo after that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
And then it's
never
like
mind
that Spider-Man.
Oh,
theme
okay,
song.
then never mind. It's just the one track.
Oh.
My bad. Sorry. I felt cool for a minute.
So, I felt the music worked with the movie
Agreed.
really well. They definitely had, like, a lot of pauses in it for comedic effect, obviously. And it was perfect.
Yeah.
I had no problems with the soundtrack at all.
I know we're doing a whole review, but I really have, like, very little problems with this movie.
Same here.
Yeah. This was a great Spider-Man movie, in my opinion.
So let's get into, like, our character deal. So let's save Spider-Man and Vulture for last.
Okay.
Ned.
Oh my gosh, he was so funny.
He felt like what I feel you would act like if I were to come out and be like, dude, check out what I can do and, like, have spider powers.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, like, I think you'd just be hounding me with questions to the point
Can you
of me
summon other
annoying.
spiders?
What?
Can you summon other spiders? Does the spider that bit you is it still alive?
Yeah.
That was like probably the stupidest question he had.
Well, it's a fair question.
Yeah, that's true. It's not a stupid question.
But it's nice to know that he still got bit by a spider.
Yeah, that's true. I'm so glad they skipped over that Uncle Ben stuff. You've seen that shit.
I'd like to see who Uncle Ben is in this.
Please don't make it Patton Oswalt.
No, they need to make it Tobey Maguire.
Okay, that would be awesome. No, but I'm just saying, like, oh yeah, did you hear that Spider-Man show got a 2nd season? You know, that shitty one that's on Disney XD?
Ah, son of a bitch!
Yeah! That's why I said Patton Oswalt, because he plays the voice of Uncle Ben.
Gosh damn it!
That's just, I'm so, like, I love Patton Oswalt, don't get me wrong, but that's just horrible casting.
I could let it slide if that show wasn't so shitty.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. They over-explain everything.
Okay, alright. Let's get back to good Spider-Man.
Okay.
Sorry.
Need to breathe. So Ned is the ultimate man in the chair.
Yep.
He's just badass. He definitely felt like a high school best friend.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
Like,
I feel he probably has one of the best lines in the movie when teacher walks in and says, "What are you doing in here?" "I'm looking at porn."
Like a question?
Yeah.
Dude, I would come up with something like way less incriminating than porn.
Yeah, I agree. You'd probably say pirated movies.
Yeah, downloading music to give to the DJ. That would have worked.
Yeah, it's true. Damn it, Ned.
But his line was way funnier.
Yeah.
I felt he had some good progression through it, where he kind of remained consistent.
He did.
He didn't really progress from anything. He was kind of the same person throughout the whole movie. Kind of Spider-Man's not moral center. That's the wrong word. Or the wrong term. He was more Spider-Man's anchor to the real world.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Like trying to you heard a lot of his stuff. Like Tom Holland's character was just kind of really out there, just like, well, we need to do this, and he's like, well, we got a Spanish quiz. It's like, but we need to build the Lego Death Star.
Yeah.
Like I think he tried to keep Tom Holland's Spider-Man grounded. Tried to. I don't think he did very well once he found out that he was Spider-Man.
Especially because he tried to convince Peter to turn Spider-Man into a party trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like any of us would consider doing.
Yeah.
Like if I had web shooters, dude, no way I'd use those responsibly.
Yeah, no. We could have actually been cool in high school.
Yeah, doubt it. They've been
Yeah.
like, oh, that's cool, and then left us.
True.
But then I could have webbed off the area that we were sitting in, so no one else would sit there.
Oh my gosh.
These kids were freaking
Stupid
annoying.
sophomores.
So that's pretty much Ned. I mean, he's a pretty basic character.
He is, but he's a
It
great
comes down to
character.
it. He was a great character, but
Yeah.
he's basic. He's like he remains consistent throughout. Our next one would be Aunt May. A lot of controversy about Marissa Tomei playing Aunt May, but I really liked it because it felt more real. If Aunt May is supposed to be the sibling of one of Peter's parents.
I agree.
Unless Peter's parents were like ridiculously old when they had Peter, but all the comics, they look middle-aged, like,
Yeah.
which Marissa Tomei is.
Like, kind of like with Sally Fields, like, when she played Aunt May, you could totally tell that she could have been either the sister of Peter's dad or Peter's mom.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely looked young enough to be either or.
Yeah, and then we didn't get any of that in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
No.
We didn't see his parents at all.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have any problems with his parents.
No. Mm-hmm.
So, I'm glad that they made her younger.
Yeah, and I really like the I don't know. I just like the depth that she brought to her character, because even I think towards the end when she's like, like, I've been calling you all day. I've been to so many police stations, and he's like, Aunt May, I'm fine. She's like, cut the shit. I know what you've been doing, and it's like, oh shit, okay. So she knows something's up. She just doesn't know what.
Yeah. Which I really like.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the stories with Aunt May, it's just kind of, he's out doing whatever, and then she comes back and is just clueless to it all.
Yeah.
I like how she's, like, trying to call him out on it, and kind of trying to make him responsible. With great power. But her character was great.
She was. Marissa Tomei was amazing.
She was funny.
Yeah.
But not like overly so. Like, you could feel that she was trying to connect with Peter.
Yeah.
Especially in the scene with when they were eating food.
Oh yeah.
Or was it Larb?
Yeah, I think it was Larb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How she was like.
She just kept making all those Larb puns.
How she was trying to, like, you could tell she's just trying to connect with him, and he's just, because he's being distant.
Yeah.
And her sharing her feelings about Tony Stark and.
Tony, hey May, what are you wearing? Isn't that what, like, the first thing that he says to the camera?
Yeah.
You see Peter's face like,
the shit you just say. But I felt like she was really good.
She
for
was.
Tom Holland's.
Especially
character.
her in the ending.
What the? Dude, that adds a whole lot of.
It does.
Like, difference. Like, you could tell that Sally Fields' Aunt May kind of knew.
Yeah.
You felt that she could have known.
Yeah.
But her knowing, you could tell that this, like, the storyline's just going to go freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
Now. Just because she can be like, oh, the hell, you're going out of Spider-Man tonight. And
Yeah.
she'll actually be paying attention more. And I feel like anytime Spider-Man catches shit, she's going to be defending Spider-Man.
She's going to see something going down on the news, be like, Peter, you're not going to that.
Or like she's holding his mask hostage or something like that. That would be funny to see. Like, there's
hilarious.
just a whole ton of ways
That
that
opens
they could
such a
take
big
this.
door with so much fun possibilities.
Yeah. So I know that there are comic series where Peter and Aunt May know, or where Aunt May knows about Spider-Man. And I haven't read a lot or heard any stories from it, but I feel it could introduce an interesting dynamic. Kind of her being a little more okay with it, but having him like maybe train so he doesn't get hurt. Because I feel she's young enough to be able to train him to do stuff.
I also really liked what kind of made her even more human is that she is willing to actually help Peter like get ready for the dance. She even like helps him like tie a tie. Like they're learning together, and I loved that. I thought that was really cool.
That was way cool. Like, I feel as a... She was trying to play the dad role.
Yeah.
But you could tell she didn't know.
Yep.
Like, it's way better her trying to figure out how to tie a tie than her just knowing.
Yeah.
Because if it were Peter's parents, obviously his dad would have tied the tie. The mom would have been back taking pictures, but she was helping them do everything.
Yeah. They had to YouTube that shit.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Yeah, that was really
like
awesome.
You don't see that a lot,
No.
because it's kind of like Aunt May's been this all-knowing person, and you realize in this movie that she doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
Yeah.
And she's just learning as he is.
Yep.
Which is awesome. I freaking love that. I'll do Tony now. Iron Man.
Oh, sorry, duh.
What other Tony do you know?
I was like, for a second I thought Iron Man was in there. I'm like, wait, who's oh, duh. Biggest thing that I would have to say is I'm really glad that they didn't like really shoehorn Iron Man in there. Like he was in there when he needed to be.
Yeah. The suit, unless there's like a suit constantly following Tom Holland, there's no never mind. Now that I think about it, he's close enough to New York. Like, I was just thinking about when he was drowning in that lake, how the suit just kind of out of nowhere. But it makes sense.
Yeah. It
Now
does.
that, like, since Toombs took him all the way up into the sky and then dropped him, and then that alarm set off,
Yeah.
maybe that's what activated the suit to go get him.
That could be it. That probably is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of don't care for how Happy was with him. Like, I feel like he should have taken, or Happy should have been easier to contact and stuff. Maybe not after Tony took the suit away and they were just kind of like, no, you're back to being neighborhood Spider-Man. But I think he should have taken the threats more serious and just been kind of more irritated with.
Yeah, that's fair. I laughed at the way they took it, so I don't really have that big of an issue with it.
I liked it. Like, I like their dynamic, but I feel it could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like, Happy's supposed to be this kid's point man.
Yeah.
So, like, Happy couldn't tell him, hey, we got this going on, or you can help with this, and just have it be, like, super menial tasks.
Apparently not.
Like, that's probably what I would have done with it, instead of him just kind of ignoring him 24/7.
Yeah.
But super nitpicking. Tony's character, I thought, especially in the trailers, I thought he was a little mean taking the suit away. But it makes sense.
It did, and that scene was so powerful in the movie. I loved that. Like, you could totally see the emotion in Tom Holland's face.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, he just took away everything that I am.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. But it makes sense, because Iron Man had to learn the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in... I feel we just got a rehashing of what Tony learned in Iron Man 3. That he's not Iron Man. He's a mechanic.
Yeah.
And same with Spider-Man. He's not your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's Peter Parker in a suit.
Yeah.
Which is a great lesson for a superhero to learn.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like, you're never going to get that shit with, like, DC heroes.
No.
Even though he felt distant, I felt Iron Man was super justified in everything that he did.
I agree.
And I like how Happy felt a little remorseful about not listening to him or paying attention.
Yeah.
And being like, okay, I kind of forced this kid into what he had to do.
Yeah.
Which is great with me.
That's it, like when Happy's like just thanking him for saving his job. He doesn't know what he'd do without his job. Just the kid's like reaction where he's just
washing his hands
Yeah.
and just walking out. How long have you been in here?
Yeah.
Long enough for it to be awkward. Like, that's a super weird meeting place.
Yeah, right?
Like, that part I didn't get. I'm like, why didn't you just meet into like a
Like by
empty
the vending
classroom?
Yeah, like by the vending machines. Like that.
Yeah, but that was great. Happy we kind of went over already.
Yeah. Liz? Not really much of a character.
Not really.
Yeah.
She's just there.
I mean, the actress was great.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah.
She was just kind of supposed to be eye candy for Parker.
Yeah, but didn't.
But it didn't work out.
But she was a main part of the huge plot twist.
She was.
Yeah. That
I would say Michelle, but she played zero role to the plot.
I still liked Zendaya in this movie. I know you didn't really.
She just her
I don't know,
I
like-
felt her acting was super Disney Channel.
Okay, that's maybe because I've actually seen quite a bit of Shake It Up, and I actually think she's a good actress. I think she's definitely improved since that show. So I actually really liked her as MJ. Sorry.
She needed a point. She needed a purpose.
Yeah,
I think I would have been okay had she had a purpose,
that's fair.
but she didn't. She was just there to pick on Parker.
Not necessarily pick on, really.
Well, like, why was she in detention? Really? Just to draw people in distress?
Come on, that was funny.
It was funny, but it's just kind of really. That's how you're going to spend your time. It was a. I could have taken it or leave it. I see. We jump to Tombs now.
Yeah. Not
I
a
like
lot of
how-
main players in this movie.
Nope. Well, not even Shocker. He's just kind of a.
Yeah, it was just a cool part though.
Yeah.
Like, the guy had one of the best lines in the movie. He's like, I wasn't sure about saying first, but damn.
So yeah, I say jump into Tombs.
Okay.
I love how Marvel has a way of making their villains feel heroic.
Yes, and I think that the way Michael Keaton portrayed the Vulture, this is probably, I'd say, is their best villain since Loki. Even though I actually really liked Ultron, I know a lot of people didn't. They feel he was kind of throwaway.
He should have had a two-parter.
I can agree with that. I feel James Spader deserved a lot more.
Yeah. He needed a two-part. It needed to be an Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Not a couple days
week
of
of
Ultron.
Ultron.
Weekend at Ultron's.
That's what it was. That was so funny.
Vulture was a killer villain.
Yeah.
Like you felt why he was doing what he was doing.
Yep.
It didn't feel like he was doing it. He wasn't doing it for nefarious purposes. He was doing it because that was his livelihood.
Yeah.
And like he would have been on the straight and narrow had the government not come and screwed him over.
Yeah.
Like I feel he easily could be anyone. Like he could have been any one of us. Like I probably would have gone that route and be like, "Fine, we're stealing this shit."
Yeah, that was a really cool tie-in to the first Avengers. Like it's like, well, yeah, like who actually does come and clean up all this shit?
Yeah.
So that was a really cool. Even though they got the date wrong. I think he said 8 year. I think he said like 9 years later, but it's supposed to be 8. I think.
No, it's at 8.
It did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kevin Feige like said like how like Spider-Man: Homecoming actually like messed up the timeline a little bit.
Not really. You can justify it. It's just a little confusing.
Oh, okay.
Like I think. I listened to another podcast where they were talking about the timeline, and then they explained how it could make sense.
Oh, okay.
And how it's just kind of you need to think a little harder than 2 seconds about it.
Oh, okay. You know, like the costume was it looks so badass.
It felt put together.
Yeah,
It didn't feel like something where it's like an ultimate like. It didn't feel like Spider-Man's suit.
Yeah. No,
It felt like something that they just kind of threw together.
Yeah, which I loved.
Yeah.
Well,
Like the
they
whole
didn't
fighter
go-
pilot look.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't go with the direction of how he looks in the comics.
Yeah, that would have been stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in the comics, it's a little different because Adrian Toomes is old and he's trying to find ways to gain youth.
See,
and
I've
so-
never read a Spider-Man comic with the Vulture. in
Like
it.
that's what his suit does. It keeps him from aging.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So and then he like can absorb youth out of people. It's super dumb, but I like how he's trying to in this. You could still justify calling him the Vulture,
Oh yeah.
being like just he's taking something away from people
Yeah.
and just kind of stealing like little trinkets here and there. But I felt he was super justified in everything that he did.
Yeah.
Like I felt for him. Like if it wasn't Spider-Man facing off against him, I could have totally rooted for Vulture.
I know, right? And I don't know. This might be my favorite scene in the movie, and it is when Adrian after he lets Liz, out of the car. He reaches back, grabs his gun, and then just gives Peter the talking. That is probably the best scene in the movie to me, just because you just see like Peter's like face of fear, just like
Yeah, not to mention you're dating his daughter.
yeah, right.
Like, oh shit.
And they've made so many memes about that. Like,
Yeah.
I think I just saw a new one that said, what son did you know, son, that I played Batman? He's like, well, I preferred Ben Affleck. He's, well, I preferred Tobey Maguire.
Rude.
Right?
But I liked how Vulture felt like a relatable character.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
you could see the sides of both.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like Loki. You could tell that with Loki, that he just kind of got in over his head.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I need to take this to the freaking end, regardless of consequences.
Yeah.
And the same with Vulture. You could feel it's like he got screwed over. He's just making the best out of a bad situation. Mm-hmm. And he's not doing... I mean, obviously he's helping crime, but he's not doing it for the shit ton of money that he's making. He's doing it to take care of his family, and so his crew can take care of their families.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, it's a noble cause.
Yeah.
I felt. And then Spider-Man came and screwed it up. Like, you could see it from both sides. It's like Vulture was doing something illegal, and then Spider-Man comes and stops him. Or you could say, well, Vulture was trying to take care of his family, and then Spider-Man comes and screws it all up. Like, forget that guy.
Yeah.
But I like how they were able to fly under the radar with how little they were stealing.
Yeah. I agree.
That was killer.
That was really cool.
And he didn't really become a bad guy in my eyes until he blasted Shocker. even then he was just kind of like,
Yeah.
I thought this was an anti-gravity gun.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think he kind of became like really like holy shit. He really means business when he literally tried to crush Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah. That was just like he's like just when Peter's like, what are you talking about? That thing hasn't even touched me. And he's like, well, I wasn't exactly trying to. And then just bam.
Dude, like, I didn't even catch that.
I
I'm just
didn't
like,
either.
Spider-Man's freaking awesome, and then it crashed on him. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I would have been exactly like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
In that moment. I've been like, ha, F you. And then have a rock fall on me and be like, damn it. Damn it. But he made a really good villain.
He did. Michael Keaton killed it.
So Tom Holland, shining star of this whole movie, he acted like how any kid would with superpowers.
Yeah.
Been like, let's get the hell out of school. I want to go save some people.
Yep.
And even he was just doing mediocre tasks
Yeah.
too, like stopping a bike thief, which was funny.
That was. Do you have a pen?
I like his doing that. Like, dude, could you imagine being the dude on the bike?
I know, right?
I'd been like, wait, what? And then he like shoots and it just flies
Best
up.
one is because Stanley's cameo when he's like, "Hey, it's not nice to steal cars. It's my car, jackass."
I like it how he's like, he's not an all-knowing superhero.
Yeah.
He's a kid and he's just assumed like it's just
So it like sets off like a chain of events. It's so funny.
dude, like Spider-Man didn't feel in this like he has in like Amazing Spider-Man or Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. He didn't feel like he knew what was going on at all times. He was a kid assuming someone was breaking into a car and decided to stop him.
It's just so funny. It's moments like that, like that just prove that. I'm sorry, Tom Holland's my favorite Spider-Man of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I love him so much as Spider-Man, and Peter Parker. He's the perfect balance of both.
Yeah. I think Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker was better than his Spider-Man, and I felt Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was better than his Peter
I agree,
Parker.
absolutely.
And then,
Tom Holland is a perfect mix.
yeah, his Peter Parker's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
just nerdy enough to where you're like, oh.
Like
But
that-
still
that
cool
handshake
enough.
that him and Ned have.
Like,
Yeah.
ultimate nerdum, dude.
Yeah, right.
Like, that's something we would do if we had the creativity for
Yeah,
it.
or the Death Star thing in high school. You're like, no way, dude. How many pieces?
Yeah, I like how he's just paying attention to the clock and then he hears Death Star and he turns around and he's like, what? Like, that would pull me out of my whole superhero mode, too. I'd be like, oh, shit, yeah. But his development was great in this. I
Yeah.
think he... It's... I think his development didn't start at the beginning of the movie. It started in Civil War.
I agree.
I think he was kind of how he always was, like
Yeah.
fighting with the Avengers, or fighting the Avengers. And then when he found out that he could keep the suit and been doing it for a few months, that he could like do all the I think he just got cockier and cockier over those months, being like, I'm like the best, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then he had to have that moment of humility with Iron Man.
Yeah. Also, a scene that made him even more of, I don't know, just showed how like well Tom Holland is at this role. It's after the Vulture basically has the whole thing crushed down on him, and you just like see him like, giving his all, and he actually starts to like cry because he thinks he's actually going to die.
Well, no, that
Well,
yes, but it turns him into a kid.
Yeah.
It like humanizes. He realizes I'm not the almighty Spider-Man.
Yeah. I'm not Hulk here.
Yeah. Like, I think he changes. I think in this he realized that there's part Peter Parker and then there's part Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They're not two separate. Like, Peter Parker's such a friggin' loser and Spider-Man's the best. Like, he actually started to call himself Spider-Man and was, like, panicking. Like, before that was just panicking super hard, like, screaming for help. And then he, like, realized, oh shit, no one's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, I have to handle this myself. And that shot where you see his mask in the water was a weird shot.
But
Just because the mask was just, it was weird.
Yeah, that was still a cool shot.
It was an amazing shot. I would have liked to see that shot with the Tony Stark mask,
Yeah, that would be really cool.
but I'll take it. Him, like, realizing that he needs to rely on himself and keep himself alive, and
Yeah.
like, it just humanize. I love watching movies where it humanizes the characters.
I
Like,
agree.
I think one of my favorite scenes from Age of Ultron is when they're at the party.
Oh yeah, that's one of the best parts.
Yeah, it's like you get to see your heroes not in their hero mode.
Yeah. Well, one of the best parts of that scene alone is when, and I don't know why it took like it didn't click until the second time I watched it, when Clint gets called up and he's like to Thor, you know I've seen this before, right? He's like giving him shit like, I've seen you try to lift this thing and you couldn't, so I don't know why. You better not give me shit.
I think Hawkeye's cocky. I think his character would have gone to try and lift it.
Oh yeah,
Like, did he?
yeah, he did. Yeah, I remember because he's like, I still don't see how you do it. Remember?
Oh,
I mean, he only does like one pull, but that's it. I love Black Widow's answer. Yeah, that's not a question that I need answered. That was funny.
Been funnier if she was the only one to be able to lift it. I think if anyone was able to lift it, it should have been. Like, I don't understand why Cap isn't
Yeah,
able to.
I know, right? He, out of all of them, he's the most worthy, besides Thor. But Thor's face is when he can move like. That was the best thing ever.
Dude, the memes out of that scene were awesome. It's like,
I saw
Mjolnir, no!
I saw another meme that it's like I can't remember what they're talking about, but Black Widow. I was like, just you watch. 3 years from now, I'm gonna be Clint's second wife. He's like, well, what happened to my first wife? She's like, nothing you can prove.
Anyway, jumping back to Spider-Man.
Yeah. We get off topic a lot on
Yeah,
this.
we do.
Yeah, well, you know, it's still superhero, so
But
it
it's-
works.
Like I said, my favorite scenes are when you get to see your hero as a human.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you see them struggle, you see them panic, you see them scared or emotional or something along those lines. And it's just, you can really connect with these heroes. Like, I don't feel like I could do that with the Justice League.
Yeah, the way it's
The
yeah,
closest
it's
one
hard.
is like the Flash, maybe.
Yeah,
But
with
like
his dad.
Superman, I can't.
No.
He's just like this big old burly dude. It's just that kind of gets picked on at work.
Yeah.
Like, I can't relate with that, but I can relate with
You can-
Spider-Man.
You can kind of do it with Cyborg a little bit.
Can you?
I mean, I feel in Justice League you could a little bit. I mean, him and Flash, I feel like were the only ones that you could actually connect with. Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Batman and Superman really couldn't.
Cyborg was still. It's just.
I
He's
just
going
wish
through. He's thinking everything logically and like a robot.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it was just like really sad that like when his dad, his dad wanted to like have other people see him, and he's like, oh, like, but are you gonna show me as your son, or as your project or something like that?
Yeah. But like, yeah, I mean, out of everyone, he's the closest, but even he's a far stretch to be able to relate to.
I just wish Cyborg had more to do in Justice League.
Yeah. But with Spider-Man and the rest of the Avengers, you could find something to relate to with most of them.
Oh, absolutely. Why do you
Like-
think Hawkeye's my favorite? Because he's just a regular guy that has a high accuracy.
Mhm.
Oh, the guy almost Ultron. Just for saving a kid.
Yeah,
one
but
of the-
Quicksilver.
Oh gosh, that was so depressing. But like I told you, I would have started crying if they killed off Hawkeye in Avengers 2. I'd have been like, are you freaking kidding me? You give him this awesome story arc and then you kill his ass? This is bullshit.
So getting into the acts, I think the first act would be from him at the beginning to maybe him discovering the Vulture.
Yes.
Or being taken up by the
Oh
up
yeah,
in
and
the
then
sky
dropped
by the
into the
Vulture.
lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that would have been the first act. I think he would have
agree.
was just assuming that these criminals had high powered weapons, didn't realize where they were from until Vulture comes and him up in the sky.
I agree.
But through that we see a lot of shit.
We do.
We see him just kind of going through his daily life, just doing like little tiny acts of kindness.
I just love how many texts he sends to Happy, and he always ends with, "It's Peter Parker."
Like something I really liked was, especially with like him living in New York, when he was giving directions to the lady.
Oh yeah.
How people were just walking past him.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like, oh, it's another day in New York.
Yeah.
And like how it's just those little things, dude, in that movie just made Spider-Man just even better.
Yeah. Also, I think one scene is when, hey, aren't you that spider guy? Call me Spider-Man. All right, Spider-Man, do a flip.
I thought that was a chick for a second.
I did too.
But no, it's just some dude.
Yeah. Guess he hasn't hit puberty yet.
Yeah, right.
It's only 30 years late.
They base his friendship with Ned. Ned finds out he's Spider-Man. Then he gets all the questions asked of him, like, can you summon an army of spiders?
Yeah.
Can you shoot Venom? Like that stuff was cool. Like how a real friend would react to you finding out you have superpowers.
Yeah.
Then you get to see Spider-Man grow a pair when he's like spying on those people, and then his phone goes off. That was funny. And then when they're like, oh shit, the cops, and then they go to shoot him, and he jumps down and he's like, hey, shoot me, and they're like, okay. Like, I love how that gives him the moment he needs to do his attack. But yeah, now that I think about it, the suit just kind of being out of nowhere, I think it had enough time to get there with Vulture taking him up and then dropping him with the alarm going off. And maybe the parachute slowed him down enough so it like slowed him down. So maybe that's why the water didn't like destroy his bones.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So I really like that whole scene. And him just trying to talk to Tony. But him just kind of getting ignored again.
Yeah.
Which you can feel for him when an adult just, especially at that age, when adults just didn't listen to you no matter what. I mean, that was irritating. It's not something I miss about being that young.
Yeah. Me
So Act 2, I would say from him getting dropped in the lake to maybe the dance? Or when he goes to knock on Toombs' door?
Yeah, I say right when he knocks on Toombs' door, that's when the third act starts.
So in that one, he's just trying to figure out who the Vulture is. And then, well, he finds out earlier with the boat scene. So in that one, it's mainly him adjusting to the way his suit works, with all the things unlocked, or all the different settings unlocked. Karen was funny.
Oh, Karen was hilarious.
I felt it was a little weird that she was giving him advice to kiss Liz. Like, how do you pull that?
Funny.
Like, how do you pull that off? She needs to go for it first.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's weird. Like that that part I found was weird, but everything else was great. And
Yeah.
how she's helping Spider-Man and everything, and then especially with the boat, the way that she was saying, 99% successful.
That's gotta be the worst moment ever.
Yeah, where he's like, oh yeah, I did it, and then, damn. I think that's when he realized that he was kind of out of his league.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
But his little quips and everything when he's fighting people were great.
Oh yeah.
Then I think that was like the maximum point of him getting too big for his britches. That was like the ultimate, like, oh, I screwed up.
Yeah.
Then Iron Man comes, takes away his suit, and then he tries to accept life without being Spider-Man, and you see him trying to grow his bond with Ned again, and be better at school, join his clubs back again, not start to realize Spider-Man isn't everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of not a party trick, it's like how he was treating Spider-Man. Like I think he was learning that Spider-Man's not for petty crime. I mean, I'm sure he would still do, like, petty stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think he'd be the, like, out daily stopping petty crime. He'd be there for the big stuff and then stop the little stuff when he decided to go out. Which was nice to see him trying to grow without trying to... I'm trying to think of the word. Trying to organize his life between Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Then he finally asks Liz out to the dance, goes and knocks on Toombs' door, and then Act 3 starts.
And we get a huge reveal that the Vulture is Liz's dad.
Yeah,
And we're like, oh shit.
Dude, you remember the way that we reacted in the theater?
Yeah.
I like slapped you, and I was
Yeah,
like,
you did.
"What?"
Yeah,
I slapped you so freaking
yeah,
hard.
you did.
Oh, that was a great reveal.
That
though.
was.
I love how I read that fake, the fake news thing that said that that Toombs was Michelle's dad.
Yeah.
And they like were leading to that with her drawing of the Avengers and then her just kind of drawing through the rest of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, I was not expecting that.
I know, right?
And it was just so casual too, dude.
It was.
Like, I didn't think anything of it. And then he knocked on the door, opens it up, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, it took me off guard how just like that it was.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't make a big deal about him knocking at the door. I mean, obviously the nerves of him just, like, getting ready and then knocks and then... What?
Yeah. No, it was definitely a huge reveal. Mind blown.
Yeah, that completely blew my mind. And then they're in the car together because Toombs is going away on business.
And the best part of that is when it finally clicks to Toombs that Peter is Spider-Man, and because they're at a stoplight and it changes from red to green, you just like see his face back. Good old Spider-Man.
Dude, I love how he got all the clues and was just able to piece it together.
I know.
And how Liz is just clueless.
Yeah, she's
in it.
absolutely clueless.
Like, that was great.
That was.
Like, finally a smart Spider-Man villain. Like, that's how you do an intro to or that's how you do a reveal. Where it's just kind of like, oh, he knows. And I love how, like, that conversation where Toombs asks Peter, it's like, does she know? And he's like, know what? And he's like, and he just goes along with it.
Yeah.
He doesn't, like, that's your Spider-Man, you dick.
Yeah, right?
It's just kind of
It's
like,
like, so she doesn't know. Good.
like, that whole conversation was awesome.
It was.
Like you could, like I was.
Oh yeah, you could feel the tension. Yeah.
Like I was breathing hard for him. Just like that was fantastic, and then he goes or he tells him like, "You mess with me, I'll kill everyone that you love."
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn, son. And then when Peter walks in, he realizes like I need to go stop this dude, and runs out. Picks up his old suit. Yeah, freaking gets cheap shotted.
Yeah, it does. Very cheap shotted.
I'd like to know where the hell Shocker was during that. Like
I know, right?
Like,
I'm pretty sure that the kid's just gonna disregard what I just said. So stand out back for me, please.
Yeah, but where was he in the first place? Like, it would have been cool if Shocker was in the car with him.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Been like, oh yeah, my business associate's coming with me, and then maybe him just
cool.
like him telling him like take a walk or something like that. That would have been awesome.
That would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah, just instead of him just being in the back of the school.
But hey,
like realistically, Spider-Man should have walked out, got his web shooters, and flown off, and then Shocker comes in and he's like, "Where is he?" Like, oh, he already left? Okay, cool. I really liked Shocker. The new one, not the old one. The new one was the old one was a dick.
Yeah. I don't know if you can afford me out there. I was like, what the hell does that mean? Oh, well, you know. You decide.
It's like,
oh,
you know,
okay.
you just signed your own death warrant.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but that was a great reveal. The only thing that didn't make sense to me was Shocker being in the back, like I said.
Yeah, that's fair.
Catching Spider-Man off guard was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, while he was putting on the web shooters and getting blasted, and he was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Especially through the school bus.
Oh, yeah.
Like, damn, those things must be powerful.
Oh, right? Yeah.
I mean, he was knocking down all types of chairs. And those things are bolted in, so
Yeah.
you know that.
Yeah.
But I like how he was still able, or like still making quips and stuff like, "Ew, gross." And you saw all the gum underneath the
Yeah.
seats. Then Ned shoots off the web shooters and stops him, and then he throws them, and like that whole deal gets over. Then he steals Flash's car, and then Ned realizes that he gets to be the man in the chair. And they go through. He goes back and forth between trying to contact Happy and looking up the instructions on how to turn the headlights on. Like that shit was great.
That was.
That whole scene. Then Spider-Man jumps on the airplane, or he attaches to Vulture, and then Vulture takes him up to the plane.
Yep.
I like how you see how the cloaking works on the plane.
Yeah, right. That was really cool.
And how we walked in front of the camera, it's just like a face. That would have been cool to see from like a kid's point of view, looking up at in the sky and then just seeing Spider-Man's face.
What I also loved is when Adrian's on the plane and he's just going through all the crates and he sees one of Iron Man's masks and just the look that he gives it. Does he toss it to the side? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like this guy.
Yeah.
Kind of
like a big F you.
Yeah. Before that, though, when they take off, you hear Happy going through a checklist talking about Cap's new shield design.
Thor's magic belt.
Yeah.
Right? Yep.
I cannot pronounce his belt to save my life.
Now you know why they call it his magic belt.
Yeah. I do know the mythology behind it. Thor, that's the belt that he uses to double his strength.
Oh.
So where the hell Stark got his belt from, we will never know.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm pretty sure Tony doesn't have a way to get to Asgard and takes shit for
No, he doesn't.
Thor, so
No.
they better freaking explain that.
Oh, yeah, they better.
Cap's new shield design, I'm sure we're going to see in Infinity War.
They actually heard, I heard that, because somehow, pictures of, like, the Marvel, Elite, or whatever they're called, action figures for Avengers Infinity War, some have been released and it actually shows what Cap's new shield is going to look like.
Does it look cool?
I don't know, I haven't seen it yet.
No.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, pull that up.
Okay.
You know,
You just keep talking about that.
Okay. So he goes in, or Vulture jumps in the plane, goes through, rummages, and then Spider-Man just kind of screws it up, and Toomes starts scraping up the plane, and it starts to crash, but Spider-Man's able to use his webs to steer the plane and crash into a beach. And then I guess that had enough radiation in the beach, or he got zapped, something that Toomes got zapped with, charged up the Shatari power source, and it started going radioactive on him. And so Spider-Man was like trying to pull Toomes out of the suit and being like, "I'm trying to save you," which was great. You never see, like, I can't think of very many instances where you see the villain save the hero, or the hero save the villain.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, oh, well, I guess he's dead. Like, Iron Man didn't try saving Whiplash, and he definitely didn't try saving, Aldrich, Killian.
Sorry, I'm just really.
Captain America didn't try saving Red Skull. I mean, the only one that I can think of is Thor trying to save Loki.
Yeah, that's really good.
But even that one's a stretch just because it's your brother. So, whatever. Yeah, you don't see a lot of hero saving villain, which I thought was great. It definitely felt like Spider-Man to me. Like, Tom Holland just had a really great overall comic accurate Spider-Man feel.
He did. I agree.
Like the comic book Spider-Man wouldn't want to see anyone die, regardless of who it was.
Yep.
Apparently, that's what keeps Spider-Man from being worthy enough to pick up Thor's hammer: his inability to kill.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, I saw a picture on Pinterest that said that. It says Spider-Man's unwillingness to kill is the reason he's unworthy to hold Mjolnir. Like, are you shitting me?
Yeah, that's really good.
So yeah, he saves Toomes, kind of ties him up and webs him up and puts a little sign. He's like, "I got your Vulture guy." Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And then you see him at school, and then Happy comes and picks him up. Or you have the conversation that we talked about earlier in the bathroom. The really awkward one.
Yep.
They didn't even finish the conversation.
No, they didn't.
It got cut short, and then he's like, "That's it, we're leaving." Then he takes Peter to Avengers compound.
Yeah, it's not.
I was gonna say tower.
It's
but
not though.
yeah. Takes him to Avengers compound, where Tony's there waiting with the Iron Spider suit, which is all types of badass.
But yet Peter turns it down.
Yep. And he thinks it's a test, and he's like, "Yep, you passed."
Yeah.
I love how Tony was just like, "Yup."
Yeah. And you see Pepper coming, he's like, "Where the hell's the kid?" Well, you know, he just did the most amazing thing ever. Surprised the hell out of both of us.
It was actually a really mature decision. Like, I love how Tony just tries to talk himself after he messes up.
Yeah.
You actually made a really mature decision.
You did though.
Like, there's a lot of just those little things. Like, I could watch with Spider-Man. I could watch it over and over and like catch those little things. Those little throwaway lines.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my favorite throwaway lines. But then Happy was, or then he's just like, oh, well, we need to tell the press something, and
Like, hey, you still got that ring? Are you kidding? I've been holding on to this since 08.
then you see later, Peter's in his room and the bag's on it. It says, "This belongs to you, T." Personally, I would have liked to see Spider-Man build himself a replica suit,
That would
kind
have
of
been
to
cool.
copy what Tony's looked like.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, that would have been way better for me, just
That's-
because I know that Spider-Man's not a character that's reliant on the Avengers.
Yeah. That's
He's
true.
kind of does it. He knows what he can do. He does his own thing,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of the Avengers come to him when they need help, which I would have liked to see a little more of. Not him so dependent on
Yeah,
Tony's
that's
stuff,
true.
but whatever.
Yeah.
So did you find that picture?
Oh shit.
Rose, you're fired.
Well, no, like I didn't know if you want me to show it after or before, or after the podcast or not.
Well, yeah, I want to see it.
Okay. So it's blurry, but that's what T'Challa has made Captain America.
So that has like the Secret Empire looking shield to it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it has his classic shield look, but then it has like a part that's comes down like the point. And it looks more like an arrow.
Yeah, it's still cool though.
It is cool. Hopefully that's. I would like to see him get his shield back, but whatever. It's still cool.
Yeah.
Maybe that shield will have the kinetic energy shit too. That would be badass.
That would be badass.
Just while we're on that subject, I'm hoping that T'Challa's sister is in it.
Yeah.
She seems like a badass.
She does.
Character.
But everyone in Black Panther seems like a badass.
Yeah. So that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on the movie. Do you have anything?
No. Great Spider-Man movie all in all.
Yeah. So, what would you grade it?
I don't know, I'd probably go with an A-.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
too. A-. Yeah, so we agree on that.
Yeah.
I have very, very few problems with
Me
this
too.
movie.
That's why I'm in my top 5 of the year last year.
Yeah, after it got bumped down from Logan.
Shut up.
I'm still going to hold that over your head.
I know you are.
So, that concludes this week's All Bros breakdown of Spider-Man Homecoming. Rose, I do believe you lost last month's reference
Oh,
fail
yeah, shit.
tally.
Okay, I'll get you something for next week. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So next week, our podcast will be we'll be doing our Purge Dreamcast. Then Rose admits defeat with whatever he wants to. Don't flip me off. With whatever he wants to get. Last month, for January, since you lost,
Yeah. What did I get you?
you got me the Hulk string. Or was that?
No, that
Or
was
was this
just
a
like
lanyard?
no, it wasn't the lanyard. It was that Hulk like voodoo doll or whatever. That's right.
String doll.
String doll. Sorry.
Yeah. So he got me the string doll.
Yeah.
And then December, I got the Thor Ragnarok Hulk pop or pocket pop. This
I
one?
didn't give that to you. You got that in a collector core box.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we didn't.
Never mind.
Because remember, December, or sorry, no, November, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you lost, and so you got me those 2 Pocket Pops.
That's right.
Yeah. And it was only
So,
2
yeah.
because of the reference fail and also that bet that we had about that one scene in Justice League.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. So that being said and done, I expect that next week.
Yes, sir. Captain.
And then this month this month it starts anew,
Yeah.
and we will
I'm gonna
be
win
back
this one.
next week.
I'm gonna win this one.
Well, you better.
Going down.
Or I just gain another thing to put on my shelves.
Shut up.
So this has been the All Pros podcast. Be sure to go online and subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. And be sure to check out our content on YouTube. We will be releasing a video sometime in the future. We'll let you know though.
Got part of it filmed. Just need to get another part.
Yeah. Also follow us and message us on Facebook and Twitter at the All Bros. Yeah, so just let us know if you have a question you want us to answer or a movie you want us to watch. I did get a recommendation.
Ooh, what?
Boondock Saints.
Ooh, I've been wanting to see that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
maybe we can do that one after our Purge streamcast.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we'll do a review on that.
I just need to buy that movie.
It's on Hulu.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
I think. If not, it's on Amazon Prime, which do you have?
No, I don't have Amazon Prime.
I think it's on Hulu too. So
Okay.
I'll double check that.
Alright, cool.
So yeah. Or you can email us at the allbroschannel@gmail.com. Again, ask us questions, movie recommendations, whatever you want us to discuss. And if you like this episode, be sure to share with your friends and family, or your enemies if you didn't like us, because we're not picky.
Yeah, maybe they'll like us. I doubt it, but you know, I'm just kidding.
Yep.
Way to stay positive, Rose.
So yeah. So that being said, this has been the All Bros podcast. I am Caleb Albers,
And I'm Jonathan Rose.
and we will see you guys next week. Later, bros.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. I don't know.
All
I don't want to say deuces because I always say that.
Deuces.
Yeah. Peace.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.